On January 7, 2025, a truly gloomy day, the news broke that Michael Caine, one of the greatest stars of cinema, had departed from this world. The image of a man with a warm voice, a friendly smile, and an always confident demeanor came to an end, leaving an infinite void in the hearts of those who loved him. Michael was not just an actor. He was an icon of vibrant art, a man who had endured countless ups and downs in life and dedicated his knowledge to all of humanity. Michael Caine, born on March 14, 1933, in the Rotherhithe area of London, had a difficult childhood in an unprivileged cradle of this city. Although his family did not have the means for a good living, they provided him with invaluable lessons about resilience, self-respect, and the value of effort. From his early days, Michael displayed an intense passion for the arts. He would often stand in front of a mirror and act out the roles he loved to create moments that would later become his legacy. In his early years, hardship and uncertainty taught him the first lesson about the value of dreams. That passion and determination are vital elements that help a person overcome all challenges. Repeated rejections in auditions did not deter Michael. He persistently pursued his acting career, enduring many failures and struggles. Michael understood that each failure was merely a stepping stone in life, and it was never too late to begin again. That is why he decided to join the military to serve in the British Army, where he had the opportunity to hone his communication skills and discipline. Upon returning from military service, Michael Caine was determined to pursue his artistic dream with a spirit stronger than ever. Glory awaited him ahead. His first films were not easy, but they garnered attention from both critics and the public. Notably, his role in the film Alfie in 1966 catapulted him to stardom. Here, Michael portrayed a captivating character while also revealing a profound aspect of humanity that many could relate to but had not dared to confront. The famous line "What's it all about?" became an emblem, symbolizing reflections on life. His career exploded thereafter with a series of blockbuster films, from The Italian Job to Get Carter. His portrayal in these films was not just that of an actor but also someone who lived and breathed each character. He continually experimented with different film genres, showcasing his diverse acting abilities. Each role was not just a character but also a lesson, a way for him to explore deeper about himself and humanity. However, life was not only about the limelight. Behind the glamour, Michael also experienced moments of private tragedy. He witnessed great loss from both family and friends. The death of loved ones left wounds in his soul and unending grief. Yet from those calamities, Michael learned the value of love and the connection between generations. He knew that life would not be complete without family and sincerity. By mid-2021, signs of concern began to emerge in Michael's life. Headaches became more frequent and severe, accompanied by other symptoms that prevented him from participating in long filming sessions. When diagnosed with brain cancer, Michael was shocked. No one could imagine that a man who had lived his life to the fullest through art, bringing the world wonderful films, would have to face such a disease. Yet, at no moment did he think of giving up. Instead, he decided to view this incident as a battle he must win. The initial months after the diagnosis were not easy. Chemotherapy and radiation took a toll on his body, diminishing his appetite. Despite this, he maintained an optimistic spirit. He always expressed gratitude for life, for the opportunities he had, and for those who supported him. Michael believed that instead of focusing solely on illness, he would live his life meaningfully. He often sat with family, sharing life lessons and joyful memories from his acting career. In mid-2022, Michael decided to write a memoir, not only to document his life but also to inspire future generations. He conveyed powerful messages about love, resilience, and the importance of being true to oneself. The pages of the book were not only a record of memories but also the thoughts of an artist who had experienced many highs and lows. Each written page was a heartfelt expression, telling stories about friends and colleagues who had walked alongside him for the long journey. By the end of 2023, Michael hosted a small gathering to honor everyone who had stood by him during his battle with illness. At that party, twinkling lights reflected in his eyes as he shared laughter and strummed guitars with old friends. Those were the precious moments he cherished the most. Time flew by, and by the end of 2024, his health significantly declined. Although he could no longer move easily, Michael always strived to keep the highest spirits, surrounded by loved ones. They created a warm atmosphere where each day was filled with laughter and beautiful memories. He received calls from colleagues in the industry and well wishes from around the world. Michael Caine had become an inspiration not only for those in acting but also for countless film enthusiasts. On the morning of January 4, 2025, as the first rays of sunlight began to shine upon London, Michael Caine quietly left this world. His death was not only the end of a life but also the closing of a historical chapter in the film industry. His family was by his side, holding each other tightly to feel the peace in that final moment. They knew that Michael had lived a meaningful life, and now he had returned to the world of eternal dreams. Following Michael's death, the atmosphere grew somber. News spread quickly through the media. A stream of people flocked to his home in London, bringing flowers, candles, and photos to commemorate a great man. On social media, fans and colleagues expressed their condolences, sharing memorable moments and excerpts from films in which Michael acted. A melancholic yet warm hue lingered, just as he had lived and loved others throughout his life. The memorial service took place at the National Theatre, where Michael Caine had become an indispensable part of the film industry's proud history. Thousands gathered to share memories of him, with tearful eyes and bright smiles. Stories about him, from his famous roles to his everyday habits, made everyone feel that Michael Caine was truly a special person. At the ceremony, film industry stars took the stage to share heartfelt stories about him, from his professional life to cherished personal memories. Dame Judi Dench, a close friend, could not hold back tears as she spoke about memorable moments. Michael was not only a great actor, but also a good friend. He taught me much about resilience and kindness. The heartfelt tributes from those who had worked with Michael made the ceremony more poignant than ever. Music played, featuring melodies from the famous films Michael had been a part of, as a way to connect everyone with memories of him. Michael Caine leaves behind a legacy not only in the film industry but also in valuable life lessons. He taught people to understand that life is not just about success or fame but also about love, gratitude, and an unyielding spirit. Those who had seen his smile and heard his voice would forever remember that image. Michael Caine's life was a journey, a work of art that he created himself. When looking up at the sky, we can all see a shining star, symbolizing Michael Caine. Though he has departed, his spirit lives on in the hearts of those who loved him. The journey of a great man has come to a close, but stories about him will never fade. His legacy will continue to inspire countless generations to come, reminding us that no matter how tough life gets, the love of art and the awareness of living fully are what truly matters. Michael Caine was a man who never stopped pursuing his passion and will always be remembered, not only for his acting talent but also for his generous and humane soul. Through his films, he touched the hearts of millions, leaving behind life lessons about the value of love and resilience. He showed us that nothing is impossible and that life is beautiful if we fully embrace our dreams. Dreams have no limits, and Michael Caine lived his life as a testament to that. His smile, voice, and memorable performances will forever be a part of this heart, and every time we watch a film featuring him, it will remind us of a meaningful life and a great love for art. Michael Caine, you will forever be a brilliant star in the film sky, and your legacy will be preserved in the hearts of all film lovers. We will not forget you, for you have left an indelible mark in history, and the journey of Michael Caine will live on as a legend, a story of a man who lived with passion and spirit that could never be extinguished. Acting career. 1950 to 1963. Beginnings and early roles. Caine's first film was an uncredited supporting role in Morning Departure, 1950. A few years later, in Horsham, Sussex, he answered an advertisement in the stage for a stage manager who also would perform small parts for the Westminster Repertory Company based in Horsham, which was performing at the Carfax Electric Theatre. Using the stage name Michael White, in July 1953, he was cast as the drunken Hindley in the company's production of Wuthering Heights. He moved to the Lowestoft Repertory Company in Suffolk for a year when he was 21. It was here that he met his first wife, Patricia Haynes. He described the first 9 years of his career as really brutal as well as more like purgatory than paradise. He appeared in 9 plays while working at Lowestoft Rep at the Arcadia Theatre with Jackson Stanley's Standard Players. When his career brought him to London in 1954 after training in the provinces, his agent informed him that there was already a Michael White acting in London and he had to come up with a new name immediately. Talking to his agent from a phone booth in Leicester Square, London, he looked around for inspiration, noting that the Caine Mutiny was playing at the Odeon Cinema and decided to change his name to Michael Caine. He joked on television in 1987 that if a tree had obscured part of his view a few feet to the left, he might have ended up being called Michael Mutiny. Humphrey Bogart was his screen idol, and he would later play a role originally designated for Bogart in The Man Who Would Be King by John Huston. He also humorously remarked in interviews that had he looked the other way, he would have ended up with the name Michael 101 Dalmatians. In 1958, Caine appeared in a supporting role as a clerk in the BBC adaptation of the story, The Caine Mutiny Court Martial. After working on The Italian Job with Noel Coward, and his role as Royal Air Force pilot Canfield in the star-studded cast of Battle of Britain, both in 1969, Caine starred in Get Carter, 1971, a British gangster movie. Caine also starred in a comedic thriller Pulp, 1972. He continued his success with Sleuth, 1972, alongside Laurence Olivier, and The Man Who Would Be King, 1975, by John Huston, co-starring Sean Connery, which received widespread acclaim. The Times praised the magnificent double act of Caine and Connery, funny until they die, while Huston applauded Caine's improvisation skills. Michael is one of the smartest men among the artists I've known. I don't particularly like throwing lines to an actor and letting him improvise, but with Michael that's different. I just let him keep working. In 1974, Caine appeared in The Black Windmill, co-starring Donald Pleasance. 1976 to 1997, star established. In the early 1980s, Caine appeared in The Island, 1980, The Hand, 1981, and reunited with co-star Laurence Olivier in Sleuth in The Jigsaw Man, 1982. During the 1980s, Caine had more critically acclaimed roles and received award recognition. He co-starred with Julie Walters in Educating Rita, 1983, for which he won a BAFTA and a Golden Globe. In 1986, he played the neurotic Elliot in Woody Allen's comedy Hannah and Her Sisters, alongside Barbara Hershey, Diane Wyast, and Mia Farrow. For his performance, he won his first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian wrote in 2011, Caine's acting, so committed, so devoted, is actually stronger and more sincere with age. Caine also starred as a suave British con artist opposite an awkward American played by Steve Martin in the crime comedy Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, 1988, directed by Frank Oz. The film earned him a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy, losing to Tom Hanks in Big, 1988. In the 1990s, Caine found good roles harder to come by. He played the mysterious bartender Mike in Mr. Destiny in 1990 and appeared alongside Roger Moore in Bullseye. 1990. He played Ebenezer Scrooge in The Muppet Christmas Carol, 1992. Chosen by Brian Henson, Caine declared, "I will play this role as if I am working with the Royal Shakespeare Company. I will never wink. I will never do anything Muppety." 1998 to 2014, career resurgence. Several of Caine's classic films have been remade, including The Italian Job, Get Carter, Alfie and Sleuth. Caine appeared in Get Carter, a 2000 American action thriller directed by Stephen Kay, a remake of his 1971 film Get Carter, in which a young Michael Caine played the title role. Here, in the 2000 remake, Caine's role was originally reduced to a cameo, which he agreed to do as a favor to his friend Sylvester Stallone. However, after a test screening, additional scenes were written and filmed to expand his role. The film was released in the United States on October 6, 2000. Critical response was negative and the film failed at the box office, grossing only about $19 million worldwide against a production budget of nearly $64 million. Stallone said, "Believe it or not, I think Get Carter is really underrated. It was a huge disappointment. I learned the hard way that even if you do it better than the original, there's still a huge nostalgia attached to the original. And they're usually not done that well." In the 2007 remake of Sleuth, Caine took over the role that Laurence Olivier played in the 1972 version and Jude Law played Caine's original role. Caine is one of the few actors to have starred in two versions of the same film. In an interview with CNN, Law spoke of his admiration for Caine. "I learned so much just from watching how he tracks his acting, and how little he has to do. He's a master technician, and sometimes he does things that I don't see, I can't remember. I'll go back and watch it on the screen, like, oh my God, the amount of variety he put into it is breathtaking." During this time, Caine also starred in several comedies, including his role as Austin's father in Austin Powers in Goldmember, 2002. In 2003, he starred alongside Robert Duvall and Haley Joel Osment in the family comedy Secondhand Lions. Caine portrayed elderly Henry Lair in the 2004 film Around the Bend. In 2005, he played Isabeau's father, Nicole Kidman, in Bewitched alongside Will Ferrell and Shirley MacLaine. In 2005, he was cast as Bruce Wayne's butler Alfred Pennyworth in Batman Begins, the first in the new Batman series known as the Dark Knight trilogy. In 2006, he appeared in the acclaimed dystopian drama Children of Men directed by Alfonso Cuarón, starring Clive Owen and Julianne Moore, as well as the mystery thriller The Prestige by Nolan featuring Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. In 2007, he appeared in Flawless, and in 2008 and 2012, he reprised his role as Alfred in the critically acclaimed sequels The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, as well as starring in the British drama Is Anybody There?, which explored the final days of a life. Empire magazine reported that Caine had stated that Harry Brown, released on November 13, 2009, would be his final lead role. However, Caine clarified that he had no intention to retire, saying, "You don't retire in this industry. This industry retires you." 2015 to 2023. Final roles and retirement. In May 2015, Caine starred in the Italian drama comedy Youth directed by Paolo Sorrentino alongside Harvey Keitel, Rachel Weisz, Paul Dano, and Jane Fonda. Caine played the lead role of retired composer Fred Ballinger, where he and the film received great acclaim at its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. Caine received the London Film Critics Award nomination for British Actor of the Year for his performance. In October 2015, Caine read Little Claus and Big Claus by Hans Christian Andersen for the children's fairy tale app Giving Tales in support of UNICEF, alongside Sir Roger Moore, Stephen Fry, Ewan McGregor, Dame Joan Collins, Joanna Lumley, David Walliams, Charlotte Rampling, and Paul McKenna. In 2017, Caine was cast in a speaking cameo in Christopher Nolan's action thriller Dunkirk, 2017, based on the Dunkirk evacuation of World War II, as a pilot flying a Spitfire, as a nod back to his role as Royal Air Force pilot Flight Lieutenant Canfield in Battle of Britain, 1969. In 2018, Caine played Brian Reeder in King of Thieves, based on the 2015 Haddon Garden safe deposit burglary. In May 2019, Caine was cast as Sir Michael Crosby, a British intelligence officer in Tenet, 2020, by Christopher Nolan. The film featured John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki, and Kenneth Branagh. Tenet was released in the U.S. during the COVID-19 pandemic in September 2020 after numerous delays and became a box office disappointment, despite receiving positive reviews. Caine also appeared in the fantasy film for children Come Away, 2020, starring Angelina Jolie, David Oyelowo, and Gugu Mbatha-Raw. The film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival and received mixed reviews, with critics praising the performance and the film's lavish production design. In the 2021 film Twist, a present-day adaptation of Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist, Caine played Fagin. In promotional interviews for the film Bestsellers, 2021, Caine stated that he would not make any more films, citing difficulties in traveling and his newfound interest in writing novels developed during the COVID-19 lockdown. However, his representatives informed Variety that he was not retiring from acting. In 2022, Caine filmed The Great Escaper, a British-French film featuring Caine and Glenda Jackson, based on the true story of a British World War II veteran who escaped from a nursing home to attend the 70th D-Day anniversary in France in June 2014. The film premiered on October 6, 2023. Caine officially confirmed his retirement from acting on October 13, 2023, primarily due to the decreasing likelihood of receiving any more leading roles. Caine announced his retirement in an interview on the BBC radio program Today with Martha Carney. Reflecting on The Great Escaper, he said, "I keep saying I'm going to retire. Actually, I'm going to retire right now, because I think that I've had a film. I've starred in it and it's received wonderful reviews. The only parts one can get now are old men, 90-year-old men, and I think it's best for me to leave on all this. I've received wonderful reviews. What am I going to do to top this?" Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to help me gain more motivation to create better videos in the future. See you again.